What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? This is RawTruth Media giving you the raw content that you deservedly need. Happy Sunday. And this is going to feel like church, not church, church. Because the stuff I will be spitting today is something that you deservedly need. Now, the Hornets defeated the Spurs last night, 123 to 117. They took care of business. They're supposed to beat the Spurs. The Spurs are 24 and 40. I repeat, the Spurs are 24 and 40, 13 and 21 in away games. So you're supposed to win that game. But here's a problem I have with most Hornet fans. Shout out to Quell Davis. And don't forget, the best way to support this channel is Cash App. It's on the screen. I don't care if it's $2. Treat it like tithes. Support this channel as it elevates and gives the truth that everybody deservedly need. But it's funny. Great teams in this league, when they win games, there's still criticism, constructively, of course, and it's okay. We as fans of LaMelo Ball criticize one thing and everybody's in their feelings. Shout out to Louis. So all the people said was, why in the hell LaMelo is playing 29 minutes in a game? And you know what they're telling LaMelo fans? It's so predictable too. And tell me if I'm lying or not. They're Charlotte Hornet fans to tell LaMelo fans, why are you guys complaining? We got to win. Right now, the Hornets are the 10th seed because the Atlanta Hawks have one less loss than them. I want to know what's the direction with this team. Let me start with the good first. The good is everybody was in sync. And when LaMelo is able to be LaMelo and control the pace, good things happen. Why can't the Hornets stay with that style? That's my problem. Why do they have to go away from what works? Shout out to the homie Trent, channel supporter, day one supporter, great brother as well. So, JB, if you know it's working, why not stick to it? I bet you that next game against the Brooklyn Nets on Tuesday, JB is probably going to go away for what worked. And that Brooklyn game is going to be tough because they're not just getting a regular Brooklyn game that got a lot of wins. They're getting a Brooklyn game that's desperate. Shout out to the homie Slat as well. I want to say shout out to Jay Johnson for the $15 Cash App. He says, keep elevating, keep speaking that real that you always do. Thank you, my brother. And again, if you want to support Raw Truth, Cash App at Droot06 is on the screen. Yeah, Trent, Cody Martin had more minutes than LaMelo Ball. But Hornet fans want to quiet down LaMelo fans for speaking up on it. If you're an all-star, you shouldn't have less than 30 minutes a game. Less than 30 minutes a game. LaMelo should never play below 30 minutes a game. He's the one that proved it. He's the one that brought the notoriety to the franchise. LaMelo's the one that got the fans in the seats. Not JB, not Terry Rozier, who they're obviously trying to make the focal point. It's very obvious. And I don't even have anything against Terry Rozier. I'm just calling how I see it. Terry Rozier got to be the luckiest player in the NBA. He never plays defense. That's why he's never in foul trouble. And Coach JB is not going to sit him on the bench for not playing defense. But that's why LaMelo picks up a lot of fouls. He's damn if he do and damn if he don't. Think about it. If LaMelo was playing the same type of defense as Terry Rozier, you know he's going to be sitting the bench. Everyone that's listening knows it. Shout out to the homie Ride, West Coast. You already know, man. He said, yes, sir, DJ. Finally catch a live stream. Thank you for tuning in. That's my guy, Ride, man. Good brother right there. LaMelo, if LaMelo plays an inkling of the lack of defense that Terry Rozier does, I would tell myself, I'm like, LaMelo going to be on the bench. Y'all know this. Hey, Lewis, I already gave you a shout out, bro. I said shout out to Lewis, man. I said day one supporter. Shout out to Royce, Hampton Royce. He says LaMelo's averaging 27 minutes a game, returning All-Star game. That's pathetic. Who does this? No, it's all good, Lewis. It's all good. Again, 27 minutes a game, returning from All-Star break. And you know what's funny about, man, I got to get on JB about this, man. I got to get on JB about this, man. Did you see JB hugging Greg Popovich? I was laughing because JB was hugging Greg Popovich like Greg Popovich was passing him the torch. And I'm like, man, this dude got an ego problem, man. I'm not making this up. He got an ego problem. I'm like, come on, man. This ain't no passing of the torch. Your team is supposed to beat the Spurs. The Spurs are rebuilding. Now, the Spurs in the long run are going to be a lot better in years to come, I believe, because they're playing a lot of young players. And they're not, see, they're doing what the Hornets should have been doing. The Spurs are not overpaying players. The Spurs got rid of all the older players who are not about rebuilding. And the Hornets are backwards. The Hornets are fighting for a play-in spot. That's what they're doing. What do they think? Do they really think? Do Hornet fans really think that the Hornets are going to jump a team like the Nets or the Celtics or any of those teams for the 8th spot? No. Loic says Greg was like, "Stop touching me, man." Greg Popovich looked like he was ready to roll, bro. Greg Popovich looked like, "Hey, man, I know you was my assistant, but can I roll now? Y'all just beat us." I want to say shout out to another Cash App from Robert, right? Robert 324. Robert 324. Hey, man. Hey, thank you for that. I don't care if it's $5 or not, man. Thank you for supporting the channel. Yeah, Greg Popovich had that look like, dang, can you let me go now? Is this a photo op? JB was all hugged up on Greg Popovich. I bet he was like, Greg, I want to thank you, Greg. I want to thank you, Greg, for teaching me how to psychoanalyze a situation. I promise I'm gonna turn LaMelo into a Manu Ginobili, spot playing him a minute. I'm gonna do just like what you did. And Greg Popovich was like, "Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Can I go now? You're hugging me too tight. It's kind of weird." Trent says that timeout JB called when they were up by 1 point after LaMelo hit the threes was banana. Man, I lost my mind. I lost my very mind. The last minute of the game, taking LaMelo in, taking LaMelo out of the game, made the game closer than what it should have been. I'm like, what is this coach doing? Is he on that stuff today? That's what I was saying to myself. Yes, like he is the king. JB is officially the king of slowing down a player's momentum. He's the king of that, bro. Shout out to the homie Joey. He said, "You're." I like JB. What are you doing? But Hornet fans get mad when we're fair on JB. When JB has a good game, I give him his props. I'm gonna give you an example of giving JB his props. Y'all realize Isaiah Thomas didn't play not 1 minute in that game. That helped. I'm gonna tell you why. And this is nothing against Isaiah Thomas. Shout out to the homie Nico Savage. He's right. Let's get it to 20 likes. The best thing JB did last night was to not play Isaiah Thomas a single minute. I'm gonna tell you why. Despite the Spurs record, Greg Popovich is an excellent X's and O's coach. And let's just say that JB would have played Isaiah Thomas 20 minutes. Greg Popovich would have exploited that the whole game. He would have exploited it the whole game. That was the smartest decision James Borrego ever did in that matchup. If JB would have played Isaiah Thomas, like I said, 20 minutes, the Hornets would have lost that game. Because Greg Popovich would have told DeJounte, wait a minute, we got this 5'8" guy right there. We're going to scheme around that. We're gonna go at him every time. Every time Isaiah Thomas is out there, we're gonna have DeJounte attack in full mode. Shout out to the homie Juju Knows Hoops. Man, this brother's channel is growing. He talks about basketball. He talks about entertainment and anime. And I know I got some anime fans in here, man. If you want to listen to an anime breakdown, Juju Know Hoops is the channel for you, man. Great brother as well. One of the good ones on YouTube. Y'all hit the like button, man. We got 30 plus people in the chat. This is Sunday. Also, to support the channel, hit the Cash App. I don't care if it's $5, $1. Giving to this channel helps. And everything you give helps this channel stay alive, man. They flagging videos and doing all this stuff. I can't believe my channel's still around. I'm going to be honest with y'all. Oh, yeah. What you know about that One Piece? Yeah, Juju going to have a breakdown on that. For those who don't know, I'm a big fan of anime. Anime does a great job in storytelling and captures the viewer's mind. Trent says Melo could easily average 27 points per game while still dishing 7 to 8 assists effortlessly if it weren't for JB in the front office. That is absolutely true. That is absolutely true. Again, shout out to the homie Call Me Fahu, man. He said, "Oh, you watch anime too, DJ? Nice. Oh yeah, man. I was that dude in high school, even though I was cool, because I was really like the class clown in high school. I had a lot of friends, so I sat at a lot of people's tables. This is like 2008, 2009 when I was in high school, and people be like, "Man, why are you sitting with the nerdy kids at times?" I said, "Man, they talking about the stuff I like, man. I like it. I like anime." So I'll be the one to sit at everybody's table. I sat with the athletes. I sat with the fine arts. I sat with the smart kids. I sat with all of them, man. Because at the end of the day, we're all human. So I was pretty much the person that bridged the gap and made everybody less cliquish. Shout out to Gunna Boy, man. What's good? He said, "Oh, me too." Quell Davis said, "DJ, I like Attack on Titan." Oh yeah, that's dope. That's dope right there. Man, today's anime has stepped their game up, man. Gunna Boy said, I used to do the same in high school. Yeah, when I was around, there weren't no cliques. I stopped all that because that was a secret. The secret in high school was you got to be blunt with people. Like when someone was bullying somebody that wasn't doing nothing, I'll tell the person, hey man, chill all that out. Leave that person alone. And guess what happened when I started doing that? All the smart people, all the smart kids, when I needed a favor, they were always there. They're like, oh yeah, DJ always looked out for us. See, that's what they don't understand, man. The power of communication. The power of communication would take you great places, man. I know some people that work in Silicon Valley that went to school with me. They were nerds in high school. Now they living in like new tech houses. Got international women with them, but they were nerds in high school. But they remember me. They're like, hey man, you looked out for me. Invite me to the hills, man. Had tons of beautiful women out there. Man, this is the reason why it's good to treat everybody the same. You never know what blessing you're gonna get. You never know what blessing you're gonna get, man. I went out there in the Bay, I didn't have to pay for nothing. That's how you do it, man. But yeah, back to JB. I bet you the JB defenders are not going to give me props on complimenting what JB did right. When I saw JB not play Isaiah Thomas not a single minute, I was like, wow. The Hornets could actually pull this off if they keep up with the lineup. Now, he almost fumbled a bag. How you going to keep Terry Rozier in the last minute game? I'm talking about for defensive purposes. We already know he's clutch. We get that. I'm talking about for defensive purposes. Why would you keep Terry Rozier out there and he doesn't play a lick of defense? But you're going to sub LaMelo out for defensive purposes. It's the most backwards thing I've ever seen. Yeah, Luke says, yeah, that was crazy to see. I was losing my mind. I had to keep my composure at work. I really had to keep my composure. I'm like, what is this coach doing? Are they trying to win the game? Juju said the Hornets down bad right now. Why are we signing minutes to the team, DJ? Man, when you had that prediction that the Hornets would be a 5th or 4th seed, I wanted you to be right so bad. But JB done messed it up for you, bro. JB messed it up. All he needed, there was a lot of big men that are in street clothes right now that could have had an opportunity to play for the Hornets. 7-footers. Remember in the JT Jumper said, yo, DJ, hit your cash app. Appreciate that, my brother. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, man, this helps, man. This helps grow the channel, man. And shout out to JT Jumper. JT Jumper is on all the streams. Almost all the streams. The only way JT Jumper is not on the stream is if he's busy with something. But he's a really one of those supporters, man, that believe in the mission of RawTruth. This is the people's channel. No one's bigger than the people. Man, y'all got some good questions up in this piece. I love it. Quell Davis says, hey, DJ, what's your thoughts on Montrezl? I'm going to give you the good and bad about Montrezl. And I like Montrezl. The good. Let me start with the good. He's a hustle guy. He knows LaMelo's game in and out. The pick and roll with LaMelo Ball and Montrezl is box office. And I don't know why in the heck JB doesn't run more pick and roll with those two when it works. See, JB is one of those control freaks who, when you see LaMelo and Montrezl just destroying teams in the pick and roll, he'll go away from it and use Terry Rozier or somebody else to do the pick and roll. And let me address this with Plumlee. Blumley, or whatever your name is. Yeah, Nico Savage. Shout out to LeBron James. I know some people dislike LeBron, but we got to give him his flowers. At that age, at 37, 19 years in the league, dropped 56 points in a must-needed game against the Warriors. Shout out to LeBron, man. Keep doing your thing. Now, Blumley, or whatever name you want to call yourself, why are you dribbling up the ball like you Allen Iverson or something? And I'm glad LaMelo checked him. Did y'all see that? LaMelo was talking to Plumlee that one time when he ignored him, and Plumlee tried to take it up to the basket and looked like a fool and lost the ball. LaMelo was pissed. Let me know if y'all saw that. And LaMelo was talking to him. I bet you he told him, like, look, I am the point guard. I don't need you dribbling the ball when I can do it. This is not your team. He probably didn't tell Plumlee this is not your team, but he probably thought it. This team does not fit with LaMelo's game. I don't care if they won against the Spurs. I'm talking about the big picture. Hornet fans, take a step back and think. Do you want to build for the future of success? Or do you want to barely make the playoffs, which is the play-in game, and get trounced like you did against the freaking Pacers last year? What are you trying to do? Yeah, Hampton Royce. And shout out to Hampton Royce. Me and him have great conversations on Twitter. Intelligent brother. He noticed it too. He said, pass me the effing ball. And I didn't even want to cuss. But that's what LaMelo was saying. He said, pass me the damn ball. And I like that. I was like, there you go, LaMelo. That's what I want to see. Don't let these fools take your joy. Selfish. You would have thought by LaMelo making an all-star team, they would have given him the ball more. But they don't even want to do that. And Terry Rozier, scary Terry, brother. What is going on with you? Why are you doing exactly what everybody else is doing? And I said a lot of good things about Terry last year. And now I feel like an idiot because I said how he fits with LaMelo's game. And now it's gotten worse. Because, again, JB has enabled him to do whatever he wants. Shoot, he's enabled Plumlee, a.k.a. Plumlee. And that positionless crap has to go away. This is why JB does not need to be a coach. You got a point guard in LaMelo Ball. You don't need to be running no positionless basketball. See, I'm a person that can read energy. And I always said this. The best gift that the Most High can give every single one of us that are listening is the ability to read someone's energy and synergy, to know what their actions are. My advice for LaMelo, I'm sure they're friends off the court. I'm not talking about off the court. LaMelo's a cool dude. He's going to be cool with anybody that is at least a decent person. But if I'm LaMelo Ball, I ain't trusting nobody on that court. I'm just talking about on the court. And shout out to the late, great Kobe Bryant. One thing that Kobe did when he was playing for the Lakers, yeah, he may be cool with someone all out of the court. But if he couldn't trust you, it wasn't personal. It's just how the game goes. And that's why he was a 5-time champion and known as the Mamba. Because it was not about them, it was about the team. That's what I want to see from LaMelo Ball. Don't trust a damn player. You know that so Miles Bridges had it was one of what was that game? The game before the Spurs. I'm having a brain cramp. Let me go look back. We've done so many live streams, it's crazy. But it was the game before the Spurs, the Cavs. It was the Cavs game. And Miles Bridges made sure to go on live, and I know this was marketed. He made sure to go on live and point out that LaMelo's happy, they turning up. And I was thinking to myself and saying, I don't need to see a video of LaMelo being like just turning up and being happy in the locker room to know what's really going on. That's fool's gold. One thing about LaMelo fans, and I've talked with plenty of them, they can see the game within the game. And they can see a person's conscience and how they truly are. So they didn't fall for that. They seen the cryptic messages, like the once in a while, LaMelo will post something on his Instagram story about the team, but it was like a hidden message. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Shout out to Lawrence, man. Hey, thank you for tuning in anyway. Arturo says KD already got 3 fouls. I bet you KD will play the rest of the game. I bet you KD is going to play when it matters. Unlike what the Hornets did, playing LaMelo 8 freaking minutes in the game. JT Jumper said, I've never seen a player like LaMelo overcome so much and still become Rookie of the Year, All-Star. It's truly special. Rise above it. Yes, rise above the hate. Rise above the hate, man, because that's what he gets. He's getting hated on. The players who we all thought that was down for LaMelo or ignoring him, we're all seeing it. And then JB defenders are ignoring it and acting like everything's all hunky-dory when it's truly not. And you're a 10th seed, almost a 9th seed. You got to win one more game. But it's a mess right now. I know those fans that buy those tickets, they're not trying to watch the Terry Rozier show. Besides inconsistent scoring, and when Terry Rozier, credit to him, when he scores well, he scores well. But he doesn't provide anything else. Doesn't defend. He doesn't do anything worth an impact. If Terry Rozier was really that guy, if Terry Rozier was that dog like that, the Hornets would be 6th to 5th seed right now. Gunner Boy says JB and the organization are putting themselves on the wrong side of history. Don't even know it, because when LaMelo leaves, everybody is going to see how much he held him and his team back. Hey, man, you gotta shh. That's a trigger word for people. That's a trigger word for people, man. Because what they telling us, LaMelo's not going to leave. How you know that? How do you know if LaMelo's going to stay or leave? And I'm talking about the JB defenders. I've already said if JB is still the coach, LaMelo out of there. And if you don't believe it, just watch. The only way LaMelo can stay with the Hornets, if they really scrap this roster and build it towards him so he can have power. Got to have more 3-and-D players. Got to have big men who can run, that are tall and athletic. Run. How in the heck you got all those athletes and don't want to run? Slash says, did you notice how Terry Rozier was at his best when he was catching and shooting. Yep. They need to do that more. But he it really is a mixture of things. It's Terry's ego mixed with JB's nepotism. Carl Davis says he's damn sure enabled Plum though. Shout out to Eric J5 for the Cash App. He says, man, you are steaming this morning with the straight up facts. Always tune into the show when I can. Thank you, my brother, man. Thank you. And if you want to donate to the channel, or also, I'm also doing a video request. If you want me to make a video on a specific topic, you could donate to the Cash App, and I'll at least do a 20-minute video or 10 to 20-minute video at least. It depends on the Cash App though, because I'm gonna start doing that. A lot of people have requests. Shout out to the sister Macrina Daniel, day one supporter. She said it's so bad when Plumlee does that. Yeah, that dribbling, uncoordinated. Just he wants to be a point guard so bad. Gunner Boy said, "Hey DJ, do you think LaMelo's gonna take that rookie extension? We don't know what LaMelo's gonna do. That's you know how the Ball brothers are. You can't really predict their moves. But I will say this: LaMelo will do what's best for him. And what's the question? The question is, do the Hornets have enough for that extension? Are they going to be cheap?" JT Jumper says, I would have kept Monk over Terry. Melo needs a two guard that can defend and shoot like Clay. And what did I say last season for those who remember the streams? If you would have kept Malik Monk, then Terry Rozier had to go. And you know what, brother? You're definitely right on that. Juju says, get those likes up for my brother, RawTruth Media. Appreciate that, my brother. Duke Tugwell says, Melo's not staying. Rap Guy says, said that the Hornets still don't view him as a superstar. He's right. The Hornets don't view LaMelo as a superstar. That's just what it is. They view him as a role player. Or just like Terry. I'll say this. The Hornets value Gordon Hayward and Terry Rozier more than LaMelo Ball, which is asinine in itself. Slat says, Melo is gone, bro. He don't care about no rookie extension. Man, Melo got banked, man. I don't count on brothers' pockets, but we all know Melo got banked, man. That rookie extension is not. See, if you listen to these local Hornet guys, they believe the rookie extension is going to help them keep LaMelo Ball. And I'm here to say the rookie extension is not going to affect LaMelo's decision. This is what I think. I think LaMelo was raised right. I think he has that ruling class mentality that all of our people need in negotiations, making decisions. And I don't think they're going to try to overpower him with that rookie extension. I think he's going to make the best decision for him and do what's best for his life and his career. Shout out to the brother Osman. He says, DJ, thoughts on LeBron going crazy last night? My thoughts are we got to appreciate greatness. No matter if we dislike a player or not, LeBron James is a phenomenal player. One of the best players to play this game. And if you look at 37, 38, 39 play that way. Never. Not at that level. And that's one thing LeBron can say over everybody else. When I was in my late 30s, I was dominant. Let's keep it real. When Jordan was with the Wizards, 38 years old, he was barely averaging 20 points per game, and they were losing. Now LeBron's team is losing right now, but they're dealing with injuries. They got players that don't even fit the roster. Like if you have a LeBron James, you just need some shooters and a big man that can do his job in the paint. Since AD doesn't want to play the 5 and AD gets injured a lot. Trey Carter says De'Aaron Fox got 44 points last night, but we lost by 1 point. We 5 games behind the Pelicans, 9th seed. Shout out to number one. Shout out to De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox is from Houston, and I always root for the Houston kids to do their thing in the NBA. And he's a very talented player, but I feel bad for De'Aaron Fox. But then you don't feel too bad because he did decide to stay with this team. But De'Aaron Fox is a very talented player, and he just needs a better organization around him. It's an organization problem with the Kings. It's not the players. They got talent. They just need an organization that can know what they're doing and stop hiring people who are their friends or people they've known from other organizations. Slat says they could have got Malik for cheap, bro. That's sad. That's what they should have done. If you look back on it now, the Hornets should have re-signed Malik Monk and not have given Terry Rozier that extension. They should have traded Terry Rozier, like I've been saying. JT Jumper says Terry act like he's street and hood, but he's his teacher's pet, low-key. JB and these teacher's pets. Slat says instead of paying Terry all that money, yep, they should have done it. They're going to look back and say, man, shout out to my homegirl, Sandra Lane, H-Town, what it do? What it do, baby? Says they're working so hard to end up on the wrong side of history. I got to keep that comment up right there. Also, I got another cash app for Do What It Do. He says, DJ, been watching your show for 2 years. I'm glad that you challenge these organizations to do better. They always, I think you mean the Ball brothers, always have bad coaches, bad organizations. I'll say this, bro. Lonzo Ball, before the injury, Lonzo Ball is in the best situation of all the Ball brothers. It's not even close. Billy Donovan's doing a great job. Now, the problem with the Bulls are having losing records against above 600 teams. So they could beat teams below 500, right at 500, but right at 600, no. You have to put in a case for Lonzo being out and Caruso being out. Now, to the Lonzo fans, you're going to like what I'm about to say right here. You're going to like what I'm about to say for the Lonzo fans. The Chicago Bulls need Lonzo Ball. They need his defensive leadership, effective passing, and just he makes everything easy for them. The Bulls do not look the same without Lonzo Ball. No matter what you think about Lonzo or you think he can't score, Lonzo fits what the Bulls do. Tell me if I'm lying. Before Lonzo and Caruso got hurt, the Bulls were firing in all cylinders. The Chicago Bulls need Lonzo Ball. I said it. And I was so ticked off. I'm like, dang, when everything was going well. Yeah, he is a baller. Here's the thing, Sandra Lane, and you're 100% right on that. A lot of folks want Lonzo to be LaMelo so bad. I've understood who Lonzo is. Lonzo is an elite defensive player with amazing passing ability. That's who he is. Everybody wants Lonzo to be like LaMelo, doing all the fancy stuff and just God gifted abilities that he has. And we got to understand Lonzo has talent in his own way, and that's okay. Like early in the season, they were trying to say who's better and stuff. Let's keep it real. LeVar already said LaMelo's better, but that's not a bad thing. He made an All-Star team. That's not a diss to Lonzo. There's always someone better. Because if the roles were reversed, and let's say Lonzo makes an All-Star team and LaMelo didn't, everybody would have said Lonzo was better. But the Bulls need Lonzo Ball. The defense is giving up so many points right now. Caruso is missed as well. When you had that lineup with Lonzo and Caruso, they were shutting Ish down. You couldn't move. You couldn't go nowhere. You know what? Nico Savage, that's a good point. Lonzo used to be fancy. His spirit beat to a pulp in New Orleans. Yeah, New Orleans just sapped his spirit, man. I ain't gonna front with you. Man. Yeah, the New Orleans took, because Lonzo used to be very fancy with his style of play, and then the injuries happen. It's all mental for Zoe. Zoe's only weakness is mental. Hampton Royce says Hornets had to sign and trade place in the offseason for Tebe and Lonzo at least. Last minute, Lonzo left the Hornets hanging during free agency. Terry heard about it from a teammate and pouted for his $97 million. I believe that. I still believe it. I don't care what anyone says. Lonzo he could have been a Hornet. He could have been. I don't care what anyone tells me. But I know Lonzo could have been a Hornet. It was a last minute thing. It's one of those things. He tells his brother, "Hey, I'm thinking about I may sign with the Hornets." So they was trying to make room. Look at the moves the Hornets try to do in the offseason. They made those trades. Why would they trade Devontae Graham when Devontae Graham was is JB's favorite player on the team, bar none? Was the number one favorite player of JB. Everybody knows it. But what happened was what I've heard, and again, I don't care what anyone tells me. This is what I heard. Lonzo had a second thought. He thought about the options because he's friends with Levine. And Levine hit him up, and people, they were saying, "Hey man, go to our team, man. You can have your own identity." And then this is what I assume after that. I assume that Lonzo was thinking, I don't want to be a shadow of my little brother. That's the only reason why he didn't join. Oh, the Pelicans are looking good, man. Pelicans are good. The Pelicans are the best looking ninth seed I've seen. CJ McCollum, and what did I tell you about Devontae Graham? Devontae Graham is best as a 6-man role. So Devontae Graham is looking better because he's coming off the bench. Didn't I tell y'all that? But we had Shines and JB defenders hating on my observation because I said their favorite player is not a starter. But the Pelicans are winning more games, are on a winning streak. They were losing really bad before these moves. And all it took was to get CJ McCollum and move Devontae on that bench where he belongs. He's not a starter. Slash says Lonzo could have been a third option for the Hornets and wouldn't be standing in the corner like he is in Chicago. If hypothetically, if Lonzo was with the Hornets, it would have been great for LaMelo because you have more people. No, you have less teachers' pets, and you wouldn't have Terry Rozier because they would have traded him. So a lineup with LaMelo, Lonzo, Miles Bridges, PJ, and I guess Plumlee, since they signed him, is a lot better than the other players because Lonzo is a better shooter than them. He actually plays defense, and LaMelo doesn't have to worry about playing so much help defense. So it's something with the Ball brothers. Every team they're on, they got to play so much help defense because nobody else want to do their job. You got Terry Rozier giving up backdoor cuts like it's nothing. Yeah, it would have been dope. Oh yeah, Zion coming back too. If Zion's in 75% of good shape, that's scary. That's very scary. And again, for those who are listening, for this great commentary to best support this channel, to the Cash App on the screen you see right there, DRUT06. Support RawTruth Media, man. This is a great show. We need about 60 plus likes as well. Daryl Turner said, what's your NBA expertise opinions on the Pacers after their trade of Haliburton? I'm glad you mentioned that, brother. I want to say shout out to the Indiana Pacers for making the moves for the future. The Pacers, and write this down, the Pacers will be a playoff team next year. Tyrese Haliburton is a talented player, and the Kings are so dumb for making that move. So dumb for doing that. And King fans, you deserve better than that. Kings and their fans, they've been through a lot. And the fans always support their team. They haven't went to the playoffs in so many years and still support their team. Trey Carter says, I appreciate DJ mentioning Fox, no streams, talk Sacramento, but yeah, the intentional national media try to give Tyrese because of JJ Redick narrative was crazy. Where was their support for Tyrese in Sacramento? Yep. I still can't believe they traded away Tyrese Haliburton. Because just watch. You look at a Rick Carlisle team that has a retooled roster, and you have Tyrese Haliburton, who's just a magician as a point guard. You have something there. If you're the Indiana Pacers, the Kings, their fans gotta be more vocal, and it's got to be more than the brother you see here, Trey Carter, who supports his team but is not trying to let his team ruin a good thing. You have De'Aaron Fox. The Kings need to build around him the right way. I saw that 44-point game and I was shaking my head. They still lost. The Kings need a GM that's about business and a head coach who has won in this league. Stop experimenting with these so-called just unproven coaches. Shout out to Taufik. He says Charlotte is facing Kyrie next, and they better not run that boxing one. Oh yeah, they're gonna get barbecue chicken if they do that. Trey Carter says, DJ, it's not a dumb move. We have De'Aaron Fox's point guard and Davion Mitchell from Baylor as a backup. I'm not comparing Tyrese to LaMelo, but they play with same carefree spirit and style. I understand what you're saying, bro. I just think that if you're going to get rid of Tyrese Haliburton, it had to be more than what it is. That's just what I feel. But I do think the Kings need a better head coach. But man, this was a great stream. The questions in the comment section were excellent. And Hornets, this is going to be a couple of tough games, man. Do you want it? Do you want to win? What do you want, Hornets? Do you want to build this thing the right way, or do you want to keep doing what you've been doing? Being in NBA purgatory, barely making any postseason, going to the playing game, and then being happy just for making it. But I'm going to read down the schedule, what they have next. Brooklyn next Tuesday, and then a back-to-back, the Celtics, and then you have a resurgent New Orleans Pelican team, and you have an OKC team that you can beat, and then it gets tough again with the Atlanta Hawks, who's playing well. They're trying to move up in the playoffs. Dallas Mavericks, that's tough. Pelicans again, restructure roster like I told you. Knicks, Jazz, Brooklyn, Denver, and then Knicks. So in the month of March, your only easy games is the Knicks, where the Knicks are not, they're bad, but they can still beat the Hornets. So the OKC Thunder and the Knicks possibly are the only easy games in March. The only easy games in March. But when are you going to listen to us? Not just my channel, but other channels who've been saying the same thing. The Hornets need to rebuild the right way. Oh, yeah, Trey Carter. Sabonis got game. He's got game. Taufik says, you know, DJ, that Charlotte Hornets dumb. Their media speaking will make you lose brain cells. When Charlotte face Nola, Zion will be playing. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. And he had all this time to work out and get in shape. They're going to get a motivated Zion. That's going to be interesting. And the Hornets don't have one player that can guard them. Not one single player can guard Zion. And can you blame him? He's a freak of nature. But here's what I want you all to do. I want you all to share this video, support the channel by supporting the Cash App on the screen. I appreciate everyone that's listening, man. This channel brings me so much joy and just gratitude. And to be able to talk sports with the family is such a blessing. Charlotte Hornets, you're on the clock. The moves that you're going to be making that you need to make these next year or two, it's going to be so important if you want to keep LaMelo. You may throw out, extension here and there, but LaMelo's unpredictable, man. You don't know what he's going to do, just like I don't know what he's going to do. And I respect it. But shout out to the family. Shout out to the RawTruth supporters, man. It's just the beginning, and we out like we never left.